Actually, I'm like curious. It's like, so you're going to Bentley now for grad school, but like
Yeah.
the whole motivation behind that is like your jersey business and wanting to be
Mm-hmm.
like
So the
like
audience doesn't even know about the World Jersey business that much
oh
because like I haven't even talked about it. But yeah, guys. So I have a business, but I don't really like talking about it because it's not my main. I don't want to be known as like the Jersey guy, So um, I was gonna save that for like a specific
sorry, my bad.
Talk. No, no, you're good. People they already know already, so I might as well talk about it. But like, you're
Okay.
not wrong. Like, basically, like going along what he just said. So currently, my position in life is I'm about to graduate undergrad school this upcoming December 2021. And I recently just got accepted to an MBA program, MBA slash master's program at Bentley University, which I'm gonna be luckily attending to this upcoming spring. So this January. So, and I applied full time. I applied part time because I'm basically just gonna. I plan on spending my other time just working as a job, as a business analyst, because that's what my MBA program is for. And to answer the question that I'm presuming you were about to ask was
No,
like,
I was like explain a little bit further, but like, what is Bentley Business School gonna do for Evan? Like,
what's Bentley Business
what's the
School?
future after all this? Like, what's the plan? Like,
All right,
manifested plan.
so yeah, basically, um, what I was saying was, so I'm basically using Bentley as a way to make connections to further better increase my chances to obtain a good paying job.
Mm.
Because one of the things that Bentley is most proud of is the fact that they have nearly a 100% job rate acceptance, post grad job rate acceptance, meaning that they essentially don't they essentially try their hardest to get you a job through them, basically.
They take good care of you at the end of
Because
the
they,
day.
yeah, at the end of the day, they have a lot of great facilities, resources, faculties, just good connections overall to get your name out there in front of executives' eyes, because a lot of job executives, like top executives from corporations around America, visit Bentley University all the time. They give talks, they give seminars, they do a lot of things for Bentley and vice versa. So, and because Bentley like shows every year they show their academic excellence in their rankings, because they constantly evolve their teachings based upon, real current times.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't just teach theory based materials, they teach real world based materials, which is what I am mainly looking for in the program, because I have a business, right? I've learned all the theory based material. That's what undergrad is for,
Mm-hmm.
to teach you the basics of whatever you plan on doing, whether it's business, medical, engineering. Like undergrad school prepares you for the basics, and then the experience you get from undergrad, it's good to have the co-op, the work experience, because that's where you learn more than the basics, right? If you have a job, if you're blessed enough to get a job during your undergrad, even an internship, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was not in that fortunate position where I was qualified to be accepted in any like internships or jobs, because believe me, I've applied to like over like 50 companies,
What about?
like around Boston, New York, just in Massachusetts in general, and I got nowhere. It was no luck, and I fucking was pretty upset. Not upset, but I was like, I kind of knew I had it coming because I myself would be applying to these jobs without like the full confidence I can even like perform well at this job. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously if I have that feeling, jobs are gonna like easily get that feeling too from me. And like I knew that too because my like resume overall was just not strong enough. And so this was back in like April 2020. This was COVID. This is beginning of COVID. So like when COVID happened in March, so the field that I was going into was business analytics, right? And around that time, like, so this certain field, even during COVID, was like one of the only fields that was like booming, was like on the rise and shit, and it still is on the rise, because every company needed. So like every company, when COVID happened, right? Every company was basically in emergency mode, trying to get all the data they can find to basically rerun their operation in a more digital format. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of company had to invest a lot into data analysts, like people like me that they're looking for. So COVID, so like that's what initially drew me to the field, was that it was one of the only ones that like people didn't lose their jobs. In fact, people were, this job was more in demand when COVID happened. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like if corporations were firing like 60, I see, what the fuck?
It's okay.
All right. So when corporations will be firing like 60% of their employees or 50% of the employees or whatever, you'll know you're set because like you're one of those employees. Like, you're in that department, that business analytics department, where they were like, you're not going away. Like this field is never going away. It's like, because it's all data. It's all digital.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's become even more of a bigger thing considering the fact that like COVID and like working from home and
yeah, like, so like this, so like, even so like, do you know like the value of getting data of COVID-19 to corporations?
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, like no one really does if you're not in the field, but like corporations need to invest a lot to even know how the fuck to deal with COVID, how to like, because like you hear like numbers and shit on the news, public information on the news, but you don't really know the real nitty-gritty data of like the actual numbers, because public data and like real and like not real, but there's public and private data, and private data usually is like confidential information, mm-hmm. which companies will pay money for, because you can pay money to exchange data.
It's not
company to company data.
Good, but
yeah,
like,
if you were to exactly like
right, yeah.
I don't so
money's power, man.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. You asked me how. Oh yeah, so what's my future? What's my future looking like? Yeah, all right. So let me go back to that.
What else is new, bro?
All right, so basically it goes down like this. Throughout my whole life, so business analytics, just as a reference, is a very, very technical field. It involves the learning of programming. I'm talking like SQL languages, like coding, because you have to develop codes you have to develop certain functions, business functions, and that requires certain custom coding depending on the type of function you're trying to do, you're trying to look at, you're trying to solve.
It's like you have to basically create like a pattern, so to speak.
So learning a language, that's not my field. So that's more like data science, data engineering, which is like way, way, way more technical than what I'm doing. I'm only a business analyst. And so the difference is the software that I'm using, which is IBM Cognos Analytics, mm-hmm. all of the programming is typically it's basically built in already. Okay.
Mm.
So when I learn this, when I perform on this software, it's basically just like navigations and basic understandings of programming, because you have to like, there is some program involved in it, but nonetheless it's mainly built in. So you basically just gotta learn how to navigate the software, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys don't know, if you guys need further explanation of what analytics is or what this software I'm talking about that I got certified in, it's, think about Excel, Microsoft Excel, but on steroids. Okay, that's what this software is. It's basically, you can transform data. You can transfer raw data that can have like fucking thousands to tens of thousands of slides, and transform it into like graphs, charts, and make it look actually understandable and presentable, so that you can see where you're falling short in certain business sectors, and that's how you can make informed decisions of how your business is actually operating, and therefore can later on optimize for higher revenues. So that's why I did it, and the reason I'm doing it is because of my jersey business. That's where my main motivation came from, which is my entrepreneurial life, which is just, like running this business. But I'm like again, I don't even want to call myself an entrepreneur yet, because in order to be like, I'm doing entrepreneurship, but I don't really consider myself an entrepreneur, because like I still gotta make this like, make money.
It's not as legit.
It's not like a successful business where I want it to be yet. So like before like I want to call myself anything, like you got to be qualified to do it, right? I can for sure say I'm a business analyst, right? Because I'm qualified to do it now. Sorry, I got certified to do it, right? Mm-hmm. So with that certification, I can literally call myself a business analyst. But can I literally call myself an entrepreneur? Not really, because I would need something to qualify me to be an entrepreneur, right? Mm-hmm. And right now all I have is jersey business, but is this a legit qualification of a company? Not really. Not yet.
No.
Not yet at this point. It's
more or less like a startup,
Exactly. It's a startup, and like I would say more like, I'm a business owner. Like I own this business. Like I am an entrepreneur. Like I'm in that lifestyle, but I would never introduce myself to a stranger as, I'm an entrepreneur. I do this. I do a jersey business. Like, nah.
At least you're not capping.
Yeah. Like some other people.
Some people, yeah, right? Dude, that's why there's so many people like that.
Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah, a lot of fucking entrepreneurs like to call themselves entrepreneurs, when in reality they're not. They don't have that qualification to call yourself an entrepreneur. It makes
themselves feel good, that's all.
Yeah. Makes some people feel real good. Makes them think they're doing something.
They need it though, that's why.
It's a little ego thing. Ego boost right there.
Big-headed.
Yeah. Okay, so wait, what time? How long has it been? It's been 36 minutes, so you want to record for another like 10 minutes? And then, no?
No.
So we're on a little bit of a time crunch, guys. Since the second podcast was basically 2 hours long, we're going to make this a little short. Because we have some plans for tonight. It's currently 10:21 p.m. and we gotta make our way to Boston, and we're in Lowell right now. This man needs to pee. I mean, that's fine. You could have
head to the Bean.
Oh, head to the Bean. The Bean Town, baby. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. So Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment and follow us on our personal IG pages and social medias in general. I'll put them down in the description below. All right. Peace.
Peace, man.